Today's video, we're going to talk about video ad music and why sound in your video ads is 50% of the results you'll get with a video ad campaign on Facebook, on YouTube, wherever you're running your video ads, because of the key facts I'm going to share on this particular video, and of which I'm going to demonstrate with an actual case study here, actually two case studies, where I tell you the difference in the results that we got on video ads where we took the video sound seriously, we added music, that kind of thing, in with the ad, and what difference it made on the conversions and ROAS that we got on our video ad campaign before and after actually doing this. If you're looking to add music to your videos, which means you're looking to enhance your video ads, this is the video you absolutely want to watch. But it's not just about actual music, it's the voice quality of the script reading. It's the sound effects that are added as well, in addition, or what they call in the audio industry, sound design. All of this contributes to 25%, the half of the video, if you will, where your results come from that's not dependent on what you're actually saying, if you will. And I'll talk a little bit more about how things are weighted in terms of what you do on your video ads and how that's going to get you results thereof. But with that said, I will go through the process of how I run every single video ad from now on because I learned what I'm teaching you on this video. With that said, results with a video ad that you're running, I could tell you from experience already, having made 100 plus video ads over the last 20 plus years, the script is 50% of your results, basically. So you're not spending the proper time to come up with the proper script for your video ad, you're wasting your time. Then the visuals are about 25% of the results that you're going to get. And then the audio itself is about 25% of the results that you're going to get from an ad campaign. That is the amount of sales it brings in itself. Now, the script, just a quick thing on that. I've got a video on YouTube. You go to my channel homepage, search in the search bar, video ad script, you'll find my content about this. There's a proven formula that's going to work for this that you can go by, so you don't have to be a genius in writing video ad scripts. But you do have to have decent structure on the script itself. Part of that comes from understanding what people want to see and hear in your market. Part of it comes from structuring it in a way that's logical for the user all the way through. But once you have that, then it comes down to just simply how you're going to display that information. Half of it is just the visuals, half is just the audio, which the reason why I'm making this video here is almost all emphasis is put on the visuals and almost none on the audio, and that's a huge mistake. You have just as much results that's going to come from the audio as you are going to have the visuals. Not to say visuals are not important. They should just be treated as equally important. And what people will do is they'll spend $3,000 on getting these nice visuals done for a video, and then they'll try to spend $100 in terms of the audio editing. Beyond, of course, they'll pay for the voiceover actor, but then they'll spend $100 to just clean up the audio, and then they maybe add a few sound effects here and there, and they're done. You're wasting most of the value out of what everything else you did to make that video ad. Why is the audio going to get you 25% of your results just in and itself? The audio, when done right, stimulates your dopamine in your brain, and dopamine increases attention, of course, which is why you have like ADHD drugs. They're basically giving you prescription amphetamines or Ritalin, which is basically like a derivative of cocaine. They're giving this, which I don't believe in giving it to kids to begin with. They recommended it to me when I was a kid. My mom was smart enough to tell them, no, thank you, Mom, for doing this. But the reason why they're doing this is because dopamine is tied to attention. And sound and the visuals that you have are tied to attention as well. It's really what you do with that video ad that's going to make people pay attention to it or not. And of course, if you don't get attention when it comes to advertising, you're going to make less money, given that the first thing you always got to do with an ad is get attention. Then you can get interest, and you can get desire, and you can get action from the user. But it all starts with attention, baby. And if you want attention, you got to put serious money and effort behind being entertaining while being educational or educating the user at the same time. And that's, of course, an art form in itself. But when you make video ads, you'll learn how to do this. The visuals, if you want more results with visuals, you got to have more engaging visuals. That's going to stimulate dopamine release in the brain, as is with audio. The easier part, though, between the two is just simply the audio. It's really easy to make really engaging audio if you hire somebody who knows how to make good audio. The visuals, there's a lot more variables involved. To do it right, you need somebody who really knows what they're doing and has experience doing it for major TV networks if you're actually going to do this right. Why? The average audio engineer, sound designer, they don't know about what I'm telling you here at all. All they know is, oh, there's sound effects, oh, we're done already. No, this is not good enough. The people that actually are good are going to rise to the top, and they're working at high-level positions. It happens with artists. It happens with any artistry type role, really. You're not going to get cheap and quality in the same package. It just doesn't happen, because people eventually realize how good this person is, and they're going to spend unlimited amounts of money to get them, essentially. As it comes to sound guys, most of them have no clue how to do exactly what I'm talking about here, getting and maximize dopamine release in the brain in order to get results with ad campaigns, video ad campaigns specifically. All you have to do for you to figure this out is the hack in figuring out who knows what they're doing and who not. Find somebody who's worked on a major TV network, putting sound design together for a news channel, something like this, because they're trained in this. And it's not that expensive, especially if you outsource it to another country outside the US. You're talking only $100 to $1,000 per 60 seconds on a video ad is all it costs to do this. If you want to hire somebody in the US, you could probably get it done for $1,000 to do the sound design, is what it's called, on a video ad itself. The good sound person is not only going to take the audio voiceover itself, no matter how good the voiceover actor is, they still need the voice corrected and smoothed out and optimized in every possible way. Then they're going to add the sound effects throughout the video, and as well as music as well, which a trained person will know how to incorporate all these elements together in a way that's going to maximize the dopamine release. It's also similar to how landing pages work. A lot of people think landing pages can be done cheap because I made landing pages before, it's not that hard. The reality is the magic comes in knowing exactly how to lay out images with text and in what order information should be displayed and what should be displayed and what really shouldn't be displayed and what information should be accessible on a different page. And yes, anybody can make a page, but it takes an extremely talented individual to medley together all these elements and in a way that is going to maximize conversion rates. When it comes to sound, okay, is there music? What music? Audio level is the music. Are you going to fade in, fade out? Are you going to have, at what level are you going to have the audio here versus here? And then they have to design individual, actual sound effects. What's the sound effects you're going to have? How many different ones? To make the maximum dopamine release in the brain, there's going to be lots of variables in the actual sound. Just like with visual editing, maximum dopamine release in visual editing is going to mean cuts at a certain interval, having good fancy transitions many times. But it just takes anybody who knows what they're doing isn't going to be doing it for small businesses for a small fee. There's just not. Now, people that are working a full-time job for a news station will do some sideline, and that's who you want. It's going to get you higher ROAS on your video ad campaign and higher conversions. Every time. This isn't a question. Every time this is going to get it for you if you got the right person. Because they know exactly how to do this, and they've been trained to do it to increase viewer retention on these major news stations. That's what they have to do. They know exactly what they need to do for you because they already do it. Whereas the amateur doesn't. You start talking this language, what I'm mentioning to them, they'll nod their head, yeah, I understand that, but they don't really know. Case study wise, now I'm going to show you how much of a difference this makes on your results before and after hiring a high-end sound designer and engineer that can do what I mentioned on your video ads to tie everything together so the visuals are supported with the high-level sound effects, music, so forth, and you get the end result that you're looking for. But before I get into that, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, you absolutely should. I've got the best information you're going to find online about how to make money with ads. I've got information about Google ads, Facebook ads, and all other types of ads coming from somebody here, myself, that just manages ads 40 hours a week doing the ad strategy specifically at our firm to find out what works and what doesn't work. So if you haven't subscribed already, what are you doing? I've got the best information you're going to find anywhere. If you want to make millions of dollars a year running ads for your business, this is the place you want to be. Also, I got a great blog on my site at guaranteedppc.com/blog. You should subscribe to that as well. In addition to that, if you have questions for me personally, you can always leave me a comment below. I get back to every single person who leaves me a question or comment on this channel, usually within 24 hours. You can also reach out to me through my Discord group, which I'm active in, as well as through my site at guaranteedppc.com. Through my site, by the way, I offer not only coaching and consulting, but also full-on PPC management services where we do not charge management fees unless you get a certain lift in your profitability. No other firm does this, as well as templates. I started offering templates a few years ago once we started getting into the hundreds of different businesses that we've worked for. So if we've done work in your niche market in another city or country that you're in, we can sell you the winning ads, landing pages, all of it that work for your market. And we can sell it for a one-time fee, of which you got millions of dollars of ad research built into that template. If you're interested in this, let me know as well. Going back to what I was saying here, now on the case study. For this, on this case study here, I'm going to have a toolbox company as well as a candy supplier, which we're talking about candy suppliers. We're talking about wholesale. It could be stores that buy, grocery stores that buy. They have to buy from a wholesale company, or it's, in other words, a distributor. They don't buy from the manufacturer in that industry. I'm going to start with the toolbox company. Now, before we started and I learned what I'm telling you here, I didn't understand how important sound is on video ads. We were getting about 14 conversions a month on average. I took the average of the last 6 months before we implemented the sound design and hired the high-end sound designer for our video ads. And we're averaging right around a 304% ROAS. When I say 304%, that sounds low, and it kind of is. But when you're talking about YouTube video ads, which is what this campaign involved, we were targeting people that are interested in other computing toolboxes. And even then, it still had a low ROAS. It's hard to get a great return, a high return like you're going to get on Google search ads with the YouTube campaign, no matter how well it's targeted. Was it profitable? Yes, barely. But the main thing, the reason why, by the way, you do a campaign that's barely profitable is because you get all kinds of brand awareness. You sell to customers, you don't make much on the initial display ads that you're running, like video ads on YouTube, but you start getting a lot of now organic traffic and referrals and all this. If you could spend $10 million a year in ad spend and break even on that ad spend, you're going to make a $10 million a year company for yourself, because all those different customers out there are going to start talking about your company. A lot of you guys need to stop thinking about, hey, does this immediately make me what I want to make? It's, how can I get brand awareness out there and become a brand? Of course, you want a great return, but if you can't get it, but you can get a lot of customers at a little bit of a profit margin, it's going to, for long term, it's worth it still. After we added the proper sound, we hired the mainstream TV guy, which, like I said, you cannot, it's going to be cheaper if you hire outsourced people. I hired a guy in Mexico to do this that had this experience working for like a Mexican TV station, doing some of these cable TV stations like Discovery Channel will have like a Mexican version. He also did work there, but this is what you can do. And even with that, even with the offshore example, we had bumped our monthly conversions up from 14 a month to 31, and went up from 304% ROAS to 612. Now, this defies even what I mentioned here, whereas the audio is 25% of your results. Why is that? Well, it's pretty simple, because once you get a higher view rate on your video ads, what's going to happen is, with at least YouTube ads here, you're going to pay less per view, because Google is going to reward you for having higher view rates. This happens on any video campaign. So if your sound is going to bring up the average viewer retention, even on a video ad, it worked the same way as organic views work. They're going to start showing your video ad more. They're going to want to share it more, and they're going to charge you less to keep you around or encourage you to keep you around. The ROAS is going to go up because you're now paying less per view. And because you're paying less per view, now there's more views that are available to you that were profitable, that are profitable, that weren't profitable before. Like I mentioned before, you can actually get higher ROAS and higher conversions, both. You're just improving the sound on your video ads that you're running today. with a high-level sound guy, or you can just go one or the other, because naturally, if you are getting the ROI that you want, you can focus on that. Or if you like the ROI you got, you can just focus on scaling, one or the other. In this case, we didn't like our ROI, so we got that. But even despite that, we still got almost, or basically a little bit more than double of the conversions monthly on top of it all. So that was like an extreme outlier example. We've since went back to all our video ads and started upgrading these. An outlier example, but this shows you what's possible with it. Now, we had a wholesale candy supplier. This company had 19 conversions a month with our video ad that would target people, convenience store owners, the grocery store owners, stuff like this, with YouTube ads also. And we had a 559% ROAS, which is decent already. Why is it higher? Because it's less competitive. Whereas there's only so many people in that market. We actually had an extremely offering people discounted prices on the candy that they're buying. Everybody wants that. Automated ordering and a dedicated account rep and stuff like this. But after we improved the sound of this guy's video ads that we were running, we went from 19 conversions a month to 42. So it more than doubled. And the ROAS also went up. Now the ROAS didn't go up as much. We settled for a less of a ROAS increase to get a higher amount of increase in conversions. Like I mentioned, you could toggle these two. You can go more with the ROAS, less with the conversions, or vice versa. But that was another really a good example. And then also in the B2B space, so this doesn't just work for consumer products, but even selling to businesses, you might think, well, business just needs to know that it'll save money or make money. That's always still the core fundamental thing that you have to do with your video ad. But even there, people, I don't care how good the offer is, they're still going to respond at a higher rate by focusing on better sound than otherwise. Mainly because, one, the audio itself is going to be more audible itself when you have a really, really well-trained audio person that can just engineer the perfect waveform on the audio, de-ess it, get rid of all any pops, clicks, all this other stuff, and then also waveform adjustment and stuff like this. Make it sound like absolutely just amazing. Which, by the way, I even did it on this particular YouTube channel that I'm running. We do the same thing here. If you listen to the audio quality on my old videos and the ones that we have now, oh man, it's completely different. And I'll just tell you, the retention on our videos itself went up a good 50% just by that one little thing there. But anyway, it shows you in the B2B space how important this is as well. Despite the value being the value, it's still going to improve your profitability of your campaigns nevertheless. Now, going full circle on this, do you want to just focus on audio and then neglect these other things? No, where the magic really comes in, it's really knowing scripting, really knowing visuals, and hiring a proper visual editor, motion graphics expert to add motion graphics to your videos, hire a really good video editor itself, really good producer, and then also a really good sound guy. And you add all that up, and that makes, instead of a video ad costing $1,000, it makes it cost $5 to $10 grand potentially. When you all in cost, if you want to be hands off on it and have somebody else handle it directly, that is because the producer is going to be the most expensive one, knows how to make video ads profitable from scratch. And you just say, make me a video ad and it's going to be profitable when it's said and done with. Those people charge a shitload of money. If you do the production yourself and you hire these individual consultants, you have a really good winning ad for $1,000 already. It depends on whether you want to get your hands dirty or get involved in the process or not. But generally speaking, you don't want to cut out in any one of these parts. Audio is the one that's neglected. That's why I made this video here for you today, and just shows you how much more results you can get just also focusing on this. And as it comes to music and the actual ad, don't overdo it. It does help the retention and the profitability of your campaigns, but you need to do it a lot of times selectively, so it's not done throughout the whole video. Also, not loudly. If you start to have the video ad, the music plays so loud that it muffles the sound recognition in any measurable way, it's going to reduce your conversion rates. We've learned the hard way on this. It should be very, very, very faint, but having it there versus not having it there will increase your conversions typically. So there's never any hard and fast rules when it comes to this stuff. Those are the general things that apply. Hopefully that makes sense. I'll see you on the next one. Peace. If you want to see another video, click here. It is one of my best ones.